Coming up, a one-on-one with COD President Dr. Muthasir Siddiqui as he approaches 1 year in office. We take a look at his vision for the college. Breaking down barriers, how the Center for Access and Accommodations is supporting students with disabilities. And one of Illinois' newest college sports is taking off. We take a look at COD's flag football team. All that and more on this edition of the Courier News TV. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Nadine Gilbert. As COD President, Dr. Muthasir Siddiqui nears his first year in office. We wanted to learn more about his vision for the college. Imtiaz Mateen sat down with him for a one-on-one interview.
We are responsible to the needs of students and the needs of the market, job market, right?
Yeah.
So we always review and reflect on our programs, academic programs, our services to students, the resources we need, the technology we need. So within all these phases or domains, I would say, right, we are working to make them from good to great.
Yes.
You know, that's our strategy. And it requires reflection on our academic programs. Do we really need any change? Do we need some new programs? So we are working on artificial intelligence.
Okay.
You know, this is very desirable skill in the market right now. We're working on supply chain management to prepare students for logistic industry, warehousing industry. We're working on financial technology program. So there are so many initiatives in the pipeline right now. Is just to keep us relevant to industry.
Continuing our series on access and accommodations at COD, we take a look at how support services are helping students succeed.
That phrase, there's no IEPs in college, is only half the story. It's true that there isn't a direct transfer. You know, the IEP doesn't just carry on as it is, but that doesn't mean that everything just stops as soon as a student graduates from high school. It just might look a little bit different. So for some students, a lot of the things they had in high school can look very similar. But anytime that we're working with a student who had something before that can't look the same anymore in college, we then talk about, okay, well, what is an additional support or additional resource that might help you make that transition to not having exactly what you had before, but maybe boost some of the supports that you have compared to your peers who have just been used to doing it. We have seen things shift a lot. We used to say that learning disabilities and ADHD were kind of our top two. That has definitely swapped with mental health. So anxiety, depression, any type of mental health diagnosis really seems to be the bulk of what students are coming in for. That being said, we also have a lot of students who will come in for anxiety and ADHD, or ADHD and autism, so a lot of those things that are kind of going hand in hand, but mental health has definitely skyrocketed over the past 5 to 7 years. But really more of our work comes from the conversation of a student coming in and saying, because of my disability, I'm having trouble with X, Y, and Z. Is there an accommodation for that? And then that's when the detective work starts, and we really have to reach out, to each course instructor to figure out, based on their class, based on their requirements, what might be possible. How can we make this work?
For more information on access and accommodations services at the College of DuPage, visit the college website or contact the Center for Access and Accommodations. Being a student at COD can also mean getting out of the classroom. MPTV students recently toured NBC's new media center in Chicago's River North neighborhood. The building, known as NBC Tower, is modeled after New York's famous 30 Rock and is even nicknamed Little Rock. Students got a look at the newly remodeled newsroom, a project 3 years in the making, designed to encourage collaboration and flexibility. Reporters can move freely throughout the space, delivering news without being tied to a single position. The tour also included a visit to the high-tech control room, along with some of the building's more relaxed spaces, like the speakeasy and game room. For many students, the experience offered a first-hand look at what it's like to work in a modern news environment. And it's the start of gardening season, and the horticulture program at the college will be having their annual spring plant sale, starting next week.
Greenhouse is primarily a student lab area, so we have 3 zones and allows us to grow plants for our spring sale and some other sales, but also correlate that with student labs and a lot of hands-on learning. So we're doing the planning pretty much all year round, but we're doing the majority of the planting starting about February, and then we're about finishing up with most of our planting from seed and those kind of things, and now plants are becoming pretty close to being sale ready. So I would say February through May are the busy times for prepping for the spring plant sale. A greenhouse can be quite difficult, even though we can keep it warm and grow plants in wintertime or when it's cold, but some of the challenges are, like this year, it's been very warm early on, so our plants start drying out quicker, they grow a little faster than expected, and we have all the different types of plants timed out from when we sow the seeds until they're supposed to be ready for the sale. So sometimes that can be challenging when you have a lot of warm days, or on the other hand, we account for a certain amount of weeks for, let's say, a tomato plant to be ready from when we sow the seed here. We germinate the seed, and then we transplant, and then it has to grow on to a sellable product. And just alike of having temperatures that are too warm earlier on, like we've seen this year, sometimes we have a really dark, cold February and March, and that can slow plants down as well. So it's challenging because we're always trying to manipulate, and we grow a lot of different types of plants in a space here. So we're trying to create the best environment for all of these things combined, as well as using biological insects to control our pest problems. So we're also trying to maintain good insect populations to keep our pest problem down. Here we do mostly sterile media, like a potting soil, as you would call it, for our plants, but some new methods, or the methods have been around for a while, but you'll find hydroponics, which is growing just with mainly water and nutrients and some other materials. And we do offer hydroponics class here at COD for horticulture. We do a lot of our own seed sowing in here, so a lot of our edibles and veggies and herbs, tomatoes, peppers are all done in-house from seed. I think the best suggestion is take some horticulture classes at COD. You can start out with like our introduction to horticulture, or there's a lot of different classes you can just take that don't have prerequisites. If you're interested in urban agriculture, we have that. If you're interested in sustainable urban ag or landscape contracting, or even just general horticulture, there are numerous classes that you can try out. You can definitely just take a class and see how you like it.
The spring sale will be on Thursday, May 7th and Friday, May 8th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The plants being sold are planted by horticulture students and are taken care of with the help of volunteers. A wide variety of plants will be sold at the sale. Students and faculty will be on hand to answer questions and concerns about plantings and materials. For more information on the plant sale, visit their website, cod.edu/horticulture. And is college leaving you tense? With finals right around the corner, stress levels are running high for many students. Experts say taking a break can make a big difference. And one popular way is to relax through a massage. As it turns out, COD has a little-known resource right on campus that can help students unwind, and it's more affordable than you might think.
We do have a professional massage clinic where some of my graduates work, some of my teachers work, and then we also 3 times a year have the student clinic, which is a class my students take at the end of the program, where they see clients in here as if this is their job. Consider a good massage to be like hitting the reset button on your body. Any areas that are locked up and stiff from the way you sleep or the way you sit or the way you work, we are going to reset all those balances and give you new possibilities for how to use and move your body, usually with a lot less pain. We are professional relaxers, and the only way to get the person that's paying you to relax actually to that fully relaxed state, I have to be relaxed too, because we're always reading each other's body language.
The College of DuPage softball team has rallied to end the 2026 year on a high note. The team is looking to swing for the fences in 2027 and get the ball rolling. Courier sports reporter Billy O'Brien has the story.
The College of DuPage softball has rallied as they prepare to close out their regular season. They're running towards home with a 17-22 record and are poised to install the Chaparrals with a championship-winning attitude. With sophomore outfielder Julia Colorado and infielder and catcher Jenna Maples leading the way, the team is determined to swing for the fences and bring home their first championship title since 2004.
Well, we've had quite a tough season this year so far, but I think the most important thing is that we all stick together and we all finish the season out as great as we'd really like to, and today was just that. We're going up against a great competition and a really great team, but we have such a great group of girls out on this field that we can make anything work when we go out there.
I had complete faith in us. Just because we're down doesn't mean anything can happen. At the bottom of the seventh, anything can happen. Just like what we did, we scored a bunch of runs, and that's exactly what we do.
The team has expressed their confidence in finishing the season out strong as they sprint into the regional playoffs. While time and opponent has not been announced, they're looking to finish on top of the entire NJCAA regional tournament.
We just got to keep going because we got our playoffs coming up for next week. So as long as we keep doing what we're doing and working hard, I think we're going to make it far this year.
The DuPage Chaps are fighting to have a bright future and to start the 2027 season off with a grand slam. For CNTV, I'm Billy O'Brien.
The College of DuPage's athletic department has expanded its football program with the addition of flag football. This reflects the rapid rise of the sport nationwide. The Chaparrals were named to host the 2026 NJCAA Invitational from May 7th to May 9th. CNTV's Maya Hall is on site providing coverage of this event.
I am here at Bjarne Olsvik Stadium, where history is being made as COD hosts the 2026 NJCAA Flag Football Invitational. This marks a major milestone for the College of DuPage as the 2025-2026 is this school's inaugural flag football season led by head coach Jen Schulmeister. The Invitational consists of 6 teams that will participate in pool play, followed by bracket play, where the champion will be crowned on the last day, May 9th. Competing on this year's field is reigning champion Florida Gateway, alongside Hartford, Bryant and Stratton, Daytona State, Roxbury, and the College of DuPage Chaparrals. To close out their first ever season, the Chaps are set to pool play against Daytona State and Roxbury in hopes of advancing through bracket play and making a run for the title. With the sport of flag football continuing to grow nationwide, the College of DuPage has stepped into the action at just the right time. Reporting from Glen Ellen, I'm Maya Hall.
The team is expected to play this season. For more information on their schedule, visit the College of DuPage's athletic website. Here's a look at your COD calendar of events. Music Friday returns with a student recital on Friday, May 8th from 12 to 1 p.m. in the MAC Room 140. Students will take the stage for an afternoon of live music and performance. Atiz Merica will hold its May meeting on Tuesday, May 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Student Services Center, room 1101. The group provides community and support through education and connection. And COD Cares is inviting volunteers for its transplanting and weeding event on Wednesday, May 13th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Participants can register online or contact Anna Baker at COD. Thank you for watching Courier News TV. We'll be back next week with a new edition. I'm Nadine Gilbert. I hope you all have a great weekend.